Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is an interesting video here by Xbox Ready. This is a long-time Xbox gamer, as you know, and he's disappointed in Microsoft, right? Because I think a real fan, like after all the behavior that's happened, should be disappointed. You can't just sit there and just say everything's okay after everything that we've saw pass through, right? Then you got losers like this GameStuh, who, by the way, I've made a deal with a while ago saying, let's move on in peace, right? Supposed to be representing who? You're a fraud. That's why you attack people to tell the truth, and you start up stuff and harass people. You're a fraud. You're not with him. Stop trying to claim that you were. Like I said, look at you. You don't honor your agreements. You don't follow through on anything. You're a fraud, right? We have to call you out at the beginning. I smoked you multiple times. You're not on my level, and you never will be. You're a scrap dog scrapping for something. You're defending garbage greed, a seven deadly sin. They're dumping on you, and you're defending it. You're coming in front of the company that is the most greedy, evil company lately. That's what I'm saying. It's a $4 trillion company. By the way, you're coming to defend it. I just want to let you know that. And you didn't honor your agreement. You're a fraud. Everybody knows that. You're fake. Dirt pays you, right? You get your stuff boosted. You got your account banned because you're a scumbag. You're not a good human being. You don't represent Christ. This guy preaches this stuff, y'all, but he's a fraud, and I'm calling him out. You go around and harass NBG. You're so brain dead, you can't even make a thumbnail. Even the AI can do it for you, moron. Just gonna help you out. Let me help you out. Let Agent help you out. And let me slap you again, right? Until you can get in your place. Stop calling me out, loser. I already told you, now you're going to get put in your place again. You can't handle this smoke. And this is not a crash out either. No, I'm telling you the truth because nobody likes you, bro. All of the stuff that you're supporting something that no actual intelligent human being would support. Yeah. You're coming to back up loser greed mentality. You are defending the seven deadly sins. Since this guy wants to talk about it, right? You see what I mean? I'm going against that greed and corporation. I'm Christ-like, not you, son. I shine bright over here. You see what I mean? But you that tried to preach that and call me out against that, look at your behavior. You don't honor anything, and you defend greed. You defend wrong. You attack innocent people that you damaged like MBG and them. And as a man, you never corrected yourself. You are not Christ-like. You're a fraud. Loser. Bum. Got your account banned. YouTube knows it too. You got banned because you're a loser and a scumbag. I don't respect you, loser. And this is truth time, man to man. You are a fraud. Porter Rock called you out and you never showed because you have no debate skills. You're a coward. He would have smoked you. And I'm inviting you to join him when I go live. Guarantee you won't show. You want to know why? Because you're going to get smoked. You don't have any debate skills. You're not that smart at all. You are a subhuman is what you are. And I'm calling you out. Same thing for you, Dirt. You're a coward. Why don't you come after me yourself, Baldy? What's going on? Why didn't you come after me, man to man, as a man? You sent somebody else, right? You're a coward, dude. I don't respect you. You see what I mean? This is all cowardly behavior. This is all feminine behavior. You guys are not man. You're children. They can't accept the simple definition. Then you go around attacking people that want to tell the truth, like NBG and them. Sure, he's messed up. Reforce is messed up too. But you know what? There are some times where you really just harass people and you don't know how to stop. You're not a functioning, intelligent human being. You're a scumbag. You see what I mean? The problem in the gaming industry is people like that. We want genuine content creators over here who actually are going to tell the truth, who are actually going to go against greed. You know what I mean? Who's actually going to call that stuff out. Not get dumped on, take the load, and go attack AGM because he told the truth. But it's all okay, though, that I can probably say something negative about Nintendo, right? And say something negative about PlayStation all day. Like they're not human beings. Like they don't have feelings. This is what I'm saying. You are a scumbag. Right? And the whole world knows it. Nobody likes you, dude. Only those people left over there coping. So this is what I have to say. Truth time, not anything else. You're a loser. Grow up and mature, you scumbag. You're godless. Let's continue.
Xbox keeps finding ways to make things worse. What's up, y'all? I'm Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready. And damn, it's been a tough ass week to be an Xbox fan. I used to make the comparison that being an Xbox fan is kind of like being a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, which I know very well because I grew up in Texas. I've been rooting for them my entire life. And if you know anything about the NFL, you know that that is a life full of pain and disappointment year in and year out. It's not like they're objectively bad every year like the winless Lions team or like the Cleveland Browns like 1-16 seasons. No, they do this terrible, terrible thing that's almost worse than any of that, just straight losing, because they make you think that they're good. They give you hope.
Xbox channel, Xbox Ready. Look at this guy. This is an honest guy. He's being honest. I like this guy. This is a genuine dude right here. You're not a fraud. Respect, Xbox Ready. I like you, dude. You're a cool human being. You see what I mean? And you're being honest and saying what you care about. And that, man, this is how I actually feel. Not backing up corporate garbage. He's being a real honest person and not being fake. You see what I mean? This is what I like right here. That's why his stuff blows up. This is real.
Going into the season, oh, there's so much talent at the skill positions. Oh, so much talent on the defensive side of the ball. And then,
exposed.
You know, sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they go 13-3 in the regular season, secure home field advantage for the playoffs, only to have it all catastrophically implode by the 49ers or the Green Bay Packers, or you go back further than that. They just find a way to disappoint you. Being an Xbox fan, a lot of the times feels the same. Gosh, I remember when I used to do these 2-host videos with my buddy Jimmy, and we'd get on and we say that we're realistic Xbox fans. We were making videos during the time like 2022 where there was like no first-party games, delays.
Enjoyed the videos that I did too. None of that was fake. I didn't use no Xbox community. No, Microsoft dumped on me. Dumped on all these content creators. Pushed for your pro-consumer stuff all the way last year. Consistent. What did they do on my face? And I'm just gonna take it? Just sit there? And then come and defend it? You're crazy. I don't think so. I love the Xbox, but I do not love Microsoft. I learned the difference. We've talked about this before. This is Microsoft Gaming I've been after. I've been after the $4 trillion company that keeps on asking you for more money. And what did these losers come and do? Unlike this guy who's telling the truth, you came and stood in front of all that and you defended it. You're with who? That puts that stuff in the Bethesda company? I'm gonna call it the blasphemy. What's in Bethesda that shouldn't belong in there? Using his name. So I'm saying, yeah, Games, you want to play that game, right? You see what I mean? You're a fraud. You defend that. That's right. I know why Pete Hines left. Oh yeah, we might as well bring it up because you kept on mentioning it. You know what I mean? About that stuff back then. Like I said, oh no. We don't do that over here. We don't back that. I love YouTube, but I'm not backing that up. Over at Microsoft, that nonsense. I love YouTube. They're awesome. You know what I mean? They allow you to creatively express and all that. Team YouTube's cool. I mean, there's been some changes lately, but I think they want more genuine content. That's how I feel about YouTube. I seriously believe they're winning and they're narrowing down all this fakeness and stuff. So, yeah, what do you got to say about that?
To Redfall and Starfield, and I remember people getting so mad at that. I remember seeing a whole Twitter thread being like, Xbox Ready, they're fake Xbox fans. He gets on there with his buddy Jimmy and says he's a realistic Xbox fan. He's just trying to profit off of us Xbox bros. Don't watch the channel, fake fan. Whatever happened to that, Ray? Whatever happened to realistic expectations, Ray? Damn it, I got swept up in all of the hype that Xbox was building, especially the hype around Game Pass. There was no bigger champion, or very few champions that were on the same level as me. I'd come on here day in and day out, video after video, talking about how awesome Game Pass was, how much I enjoyed my Ultimate subscription, even when they jacked up the price to $20 a month. You could probably find a video of me saying that like 2 weeks ago, but all of that has obviously shifted. You've heard it at this point. You must have. Everyone is talking about it. Major news outlets like the BBC, freaking politicians are weighing in. The recent price increases to Game Pass Ultimate and the restructuring of those lower tiers. The FTC is over there saying, ha ha ha, I told you so. I said exactly this was going to happen if we allowed this merger of Activision Blizzard and Microsoft. We're getting hit with reminders about the price increase directly on our consoles, like a full page ad, like they do with their other first-party games and Call of Duty. And damn, it just, yeah. And somehow, Xbox has found a way to make it even worse. Now, with your Xbox Game Pass subscription, there's always been this really cool feature wherein if you buy a game in the Game Pass library,
professional criticism to improve. Not low IQ idiots that cope and won't ever help anything improve because they get no professional criticism. They're going to have the intelligence to have the AI make a thumbnail for them. I got a zombie burn. all I know how to do is harass people and be a fraud. I can't be an intelligent human being with emotional intelligence and admit when I'm wrong and correct myself and go apologize and ask for forgiveness, right? Now, you ain't going to do that because you're fake. That'll never come out of you. You're a fraud. You see what I mean? I went and made my amends with NBG. I went in his stream multiple times because that's what I did. I went and made my amends. I made some videos with Reforce before too. I went and made videos with Porter Rock because I know what I've done before. And of course, there were some times where I was right, but then I overfarmed on certain times. But guess what? I went and made amends because I'm way more manly than you. And I'm real. You're not going to try to make me look like I'm crashing out either. I know what you try to do because that's the only thing you can cope on. You tried the same thing last time because AGN stomped things down and you got in your feelings like a femboy and you got mad. And then what's his face sent the scrap dog. You see what I mean? Because you can't come doing yourself and you ain't got nothing left. You know what I mean? You don't. I could just rip them apart in front of you if I want because I see all those weaknesses. I'm not going to do it though. No, I'm just coming after you. There's some people I still like in the Xbox community. And just because Microsoft did something doesn't mean that my relationship with them is somehow ruined. I've already said that. And I know there's been a little bit of debates with me and Turk, and there's some things I just do not agree with what he's saying. There's some things that he disagrees with on my end. But guess what? I still respect him though. I don't respect you. How can I? Look at you. Your whole life is based around harassing somebody. You have no intelligence to know how to stop either. You have some type of mental disorder. You're not even aware when you go way too far. You don't stop yourself. You're a subhuman.
You get a discount. At minimum, usually it's 20% off, but it can go all the way to 50 sometimes. You also used to get a discount on DLCs related to those Game Pass titles. So if you wanted to buy, I don't know, the Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon 5, you'd get a discount on that. Cool little perk, right? I thought so too. Well, that doesn't matter because you won't be able to do that anymore. You still get the discounts on the games, but that'll no.
Yeah, you got to get all these points. It's going to take you months. Go ahead and be Microsoft's, puppet all day to barely get that month of Game Pass. You think that's worth it? You'd be better off going to work a week at a job and get tons of money and buy whatever you want, rather than spending all that time messing around with stuff you don't want to play to get those points. Nah, man, they're trying to trap you. That's bad. It's anti-consumer. It's all bad when they could have just kept on giving you benefits and stuck to being pro-consumer. They're the richest company and they're doing this. That's what I'm saying. There's no defenders. Don't go to Nintendo. Man, shut up. It's a small little video game company. That's all they have. And they do not microtransact. They're not a $1 trillion company. It's a video game company. This is what I'm saying. It's pretty obvious. What?
No longer apply to any DLC. Instead, you'll get a percentage of your purchase back in rewards points. And to clarify, Microsoft already put out a statement saying this is not specific to any one game and reflects all games and DLC purchases. Instead of a discount on the purchases, Ultimate and Premium subscribers will earn 10 and 5% respectively in points when purchasing select games and add-ons from the Game Pass library. Ultimate members continue to have a 20% discount on select games from the Game Pass library. On top of that, all rewards members will earn points when shopping games and add-ons on the store, while Premium and Ultimate subscribers will earn even more, 2 times and 4 times respectively. See more detail on the Game Pass program. Where, oh my god, that whole second paragraph, I just tuned out. I don't even know, that's so, I don't know. It makes sense, but it also doesn't. It's convoluted, it's confusing.
It's a massive grind now. Have you seen Alex's video? You know what I mean? Where it's oh, okay, I see what you're doing on Microsoft now. Man, you even took good Lord, Fritz said the same thing. It's wow, man. I don't see how you can defend this company anymore. I don't. I hope that it would turn around, right? I like the Magnus news, but man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you can earn back points, but there's a limit. If you're an Ultimate subscriber, you can earn up to $100 worth of points, less so if you're on the other tiers. I feel like a lot more people would just like to have the straight discount so they don't feel like this weird need to churn in their Game Pass membership, make it a full-time job so they justify paying $30 a month, or keeping their subscription active on the lower tiers.
So Mike, I was telling you, work for me for a whole straight month, and after that to get $30 from me. That's what I'm saying. You might as well go get something you can make way more money off of weekly or something, rather than trying to scrap for that. You see what they're doing to you? That's what I'm saying. That's terrible, man. That's not making it entry level and affordable. They don't care about you. No, not like that. No, they only care about luxury stuff now. Satya wanted it to be rich. Microsoft is a trillion like them. They don't want to be seen as poor anymore. I'm telling you. It's
They've also said that you can't use these points to buy Game Pass. You have to use it on other stuff. You can't extend the service with the points, which is what a lot of people want to do. But no. Xbox, Microsoft, they can't have that. And a lot of people are wondering, why? Why Xbox? Why ruin this really, really cool thing by jacking up the price so much? A lot of people are now looking at Activision Blizzard as the main culprit, specifically Call of Duty. When Microsoft first announced their intention to buy Activision Blizzard, it sent a seismic wave through the industry. It was crazy. It took a whole year for them to finalize a deal. Millions.
Yeah, it was. But I think they lost their soul fully in that process, and that was just the most soulless sellout ever. Bethesda shouldn't have done that either. Like that to me is just blasphemy, man.
In legal battles, all in pursuit of the white whale, Candy Crush, Call of Duty. At the time, this seemed like a move that would put Xbox on the map, and in some ways it has. It boosted their revenue to crazy levels never before seen in Xbox history, but the cost may have very well been Xbox's soul. You see, Xbox had a problem. They previously made this pledge to bring all of their games day and date to Game Pass, which is not something that gels well with the yearly release cadence of Call of Duty. They rely on that opening window of sales to generate the majority of their revenue, and then they generate more revenue long-term with microtransactions like battle passes, seasons, new skins.
$100 early access. Pay me.
So Xbox was faced with this problem. Well, we already made this commitment to bring all of our other games, including Bethesda titles, to Game Pass day and date. I guess we kind of have to do that with Call of Duty too. The other side of this is that it is well known that a game being on Game Pass titles means less sales for that game. That's why Bobby Kotick was like, I would never do a subscription service, put Call of Duty on a thing like that. That's stupid. When Xbox made the call to put...
They would have been better off charging $80 for it and selling it rather than putting it on Game Pass, because people did get Call of Duty. Not that I want that idea, but they would do that anyways. Just watch. Not that I want that idea to happen, but I'm saying, if I was intelligent, this is how you know they're lost. Like Laura said, Outer Worlds 2 would not be my first $80 game and saying, hi, Steam, you get the first $80 game from me. And you only went back, just like you only have to do that Game Pass stuff in Europe because those laws said you can't do that. Scumbag company, like I said. You can't get away with it. Nobody did. It didn't work. So just how you knew they were lost. You tried Outer Worlds 2 at $80. When I seen that, I was like, oh, you lost. You don't know what you're doing. Then you went back and reversed it and damaged your reputation. You were supposed to go massive third party around that time. That was the beginning where like, man, yeah, no. Just wait. Like I told people that switch you, just wait. During that time in April, watch, keep watching. Watch Microsoft. Watch that mask come off. I was right. Only people defending that are bots.
Onto Game Pass, like Black Ops 6. It was definitely a...
And this guy's an Xbox gamer. He's not a bot. You see what I mean? He's like, all PlayStation gamers are not ponies. And not all Nintendo gamers are Nintendrons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't put that label and put everybody all in one basket. He's an honest Xbox gamer that actually cares about Xbox. So he's saying that, not Microsoft, because that's who I've been attacking. He cares about Xbox. Look at 209K subscribers in the Xbox Ready channel. Gamers are furious. Xbox update. Coming down here, cancel my Game Pass. Whoever's running Xbox is burning the department to the ground. I had given Microsoft over 10 years to get it together, and that's time I will never get it back. I mostly play one game that I've purchased. I have to pay them to play a game I already paid for. I'm going to PC. I give up cable TV because of ridiculous prices and survived. I'll survive this too. Could not pay me to play a game with ads. Also sticking ads in your games. Yeah, everything. Tell me how this company is somehow worthy of defending. Not Xbox, but Microsoft, which is Microsoft Gaming. By the way, I called and spoke to a customer service rep. They said that U.S. accounts will move to the new price in November. So even though you might get a B still in October 20th, it will still go up next month. It will be like GeForce Now and their founders' pricing. Xbox was never the same after the disastrous Xbox One revealed in 2013. Microsoft's PR department has not improved since. Correct. Like I said, Phil Spencer can only do so much. So this is what a lot of other people think, and not just me. That's why the website crashed and people unsubbed. I'm trying to understand how AGN is the bad guy here. No. You're just being a fraud. That's all it is, and you can't handle the truth. Right, I stumped all those lies down, and the frauds came in.
win for gamers and consumers. No longer would we have to be forced to buy the new Call of Duty every year. We can try it as part of our subscription. Previously, I thought this was something that they'd be okay with because, well, it would boost Game Pass numbers and subscribers, and also they wouldn't miss out on the sales over on PlayStation or Steam. Well, now the true cost of Call of Duty being on Game Pass has come out, and it's something around $300 million in sales lost. Now,
and that wasn't that bad, right? It's Concord, apparently, but you spent $70 billion and then you lost $300 million after that? That's not worse than Concord? That's way worse than Concord. Because you spent all that to lose $300 million and kill your subs. And you see what I mean? How? That's worse. It is. This is the biggest flop in gaming history because you spent all that money and you didn't grow. That's terrible. And then you bought Bethesda and all that and put Starfield on and it didn't grow. No, that's massive flopping. And massive money to try to hide it. And sending the fanboys to try to defend it big time in damage control. Instead of realizing, no, this doesn't work, Microsoft. I'm going to criticize you. I'm going to tell you, if you want to get better, this is not the way. You know what I mean? Like professional criticism. Feedback between the community, the gaming community, and the developer and the publisher, right? Having that type of intelligent communication going on. Not low IQ idiots who are never going to get you there because they will never help improve anything because they're not smart. You know what I mean? They're just scrap dogs. If the world needs to improve and you want things like that to improve, you need brilliant minds. You need people who understand the system that are going to help you improve it. To say, no, drop the price. Wait for GTA and drop all your consoles down very cheap. Get those extra millions in. Bring those people in your ecosystem. Why are you passing that up? You know what I mean? All these opportunities. You know what I mean? It's a bad sign when Sam's Club says, get out. Because your overpriced inventory is losing me money. Walmart, get out. You know what I mean? They're all saying, get out. Not just me over here making it the whole thing. Then the website crashing, all of it. And the Xbox community responding. Why are you damage controlling this? This is good so they can do better. But of course, get in front of it so that it can stay like that and keep taking the load. Like I said, losers, man. Not you Xbox gamers, but these people that are defending this evil behavior and this greed against the human beings that can barely afford anything. They get priced out on everything else and food and everything. Yeah, you are defending all that. That's what you're doing.
Now, 300 million lost, that sounds, that's a crazy number. I'm never going to see $300 million in my life. That's the budget of several video games. That's money that they can obviously reinvest in other Call of Duties, other Activision stuff, other Xbox business operating, anything. The timing of this news is a little bit crazy, but it still seems like a drop in the bucket compared to the $5 billion in revenue that was generated by Game Pass. Of course, we don't know the net profit of that. Game Pass is obviously a very expensive.
They're not going to tell you that because it's a lie. They're only going to show you what pretends to look good and code it. If you were doing so well, you would let everything out. There's nothing to hide. You're only hiding because you're failing. What I need to hide for if I'm doing good. Anything hiding is not good. That's always negative because that's cowardly. You don't want them to see the truth. Ain't no escaping around that.
Expensive service to maintain. It was also confusing because Xbox was like, this is the biggest Call of Duty launch ever, talking about Black Ops 6. Even though it was on Game Pass, more people are on Call of Duty than ever before. This is crazy. We're doing numbers.
Yeah, that guy who didn't want to admit that he failed coming in gaming and to try to dump it off to somebody else and then exit out and run to AI.
Baby. Obviously, in light of recent events and this news, well, we're starting to look back on those statements a little differently. These metrics of success and engagement, once again, mean nothing in terms of what Xbox is willing to give up in X. They once said that they were really happy with how Hi-Fi Rush was performing, only to turn around and shut down the studio that made the game. And by locking Call of Duty, all Call of Duty behind the ultimate tier of Game Pass, which is now $30, it turns out that once again, engagement in their game, the amount of players playing Call of Duty, it doesn't matter. They would rather have the money. They would rather have you pay them $30 a month to play it. If you're trying to do that through a subscription, and if you are, it's kind of crazy at this point at $30 a month. You just wait a couple months and you'll be able to buy the game and you own it. But what if we didn't have to pay $30? Apparently people are finding a loophole through Amazon because they're still selling codes for Game Pass Ultimate for 3 months for $60, which would work out to $20 a month.
Yeah, you can get that. And more keys if you guys want to go to those markets. But if you don't trust that, you can go to that. But there is like key markets too.
that old price. This is a deal I would definitely jump on if you want to keep your Ultimate subscription for a little bit longer before they jack up the price. These are probably old codes that Amazon still has, and they'll keep selling them this bundle deal until they run out. There's also this other really weird loophole that will probably require most people to have a time machine in order to take advantage of. See, a couple of years ago, before there was Essential, Premium, and Ultimate, there was Game Pass Console, Game Pass Ultimate, and PC Game Pass. Both Console and Ultimate gave you access to those new day one games. Very different from today. But when Xbox increased the Game Pass prices the first time, and they took away that middle tier and renamed it to Game Pass Standard, took away those day one games, they were like, yeah, we're changing things up, but if you've been an active subscriber for Game Pass Console, you're getting grandfathered in. You're not getting changed over to the standard plan. You're going to stay on Game Pass Console. You'll get all the same benefits if you keep your subscription active. If you cancel it, re-sign up, that's not going to exist for you anymore. You're going to be on the standard tier and you lose those perks. Apparently, that is still in effect. If you still have console Game Pass from whatever 2 years ago, you will still be in that same tier. You're not getting...
The thing is, though, is you have to consistently pay them for months that you don't want to pay them. So it's not like that's any better, but I get what he's saying, though, if you just kept it idle like that. Because if you want to ever unsub, they're jacking right up on you. So they're forcing you to pay them over time. And they're just getting idle subscription fees. It's not necessarily better when you're being forced to do that.
Transfer to standard,
you're
not getting transferred to premium. You will get to keep your same price, your same subscription, and get access to new day one games without having to pay $30. Now, as a reminder for anyone who may have forgotten, console Game Pass was $10.99 a month. We don't know how long that's going to be active. No way Xbox lets it roll for that much longer, but still, it exists. If you don't want to pay anything, though, don't even worry, guys. Don't even worry, because amidst all of this craziness, Xbox, Microsoft, they're throwing us a bone. If you like to play your games through the cloud, that is. For the longest time, cloud gaming was locked behind Game Pass Ultimate, the most expensive tier. If you wanted to stream games through Xbox Cloud Gaming, whether through the Game Pass library or through this whole new stream your own games initiative that they got going on, you had to have an active Game Pass subscription, which always seemed a little bit weird because the whole point of cloud gaming is to forego the expensive hardware, get straight to the games, beam them right to your phone and into your eyeballs. And yet, in order to do that, you had to pay $15-20 a month. There was a lot of speculation that they would eventually do a standalone cloud gaming tier. I don't know how many people would subscribe to that. Like, yeah, I only play games through the cloud. I don't know anyone like that. I've never heard of someone.
No, it'd have to be so good to where you knew it would be crystal clear with no lag. You can like at least 1440p 60 or something. Then I could say like, oh yeah, I don't need any hardware. That would be nice, but I think that's still kind of early now. That is something I could be interested in if they get all those backwards compatibility games on there eventually, and then it looks really good. Right now it's early though. It's almost like, here's kind of like my cloud Netflix aspect, but you're still early though. In years that may be good, but right now I would not even, no. When you know what I mean? No.
Someone like that, but it still seemed like something Xbox wanted to explore, especially as they expanded out to Amazon Fire Sticks, Samsung TVs, LG TVs, cars now. Well, now cloud gaming is officially out of beta. It's a part of every single Game Pass tier. What is it? Essential? I don't even know anymore. Whatever used to be core, Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. But
and you guys let me know if it's a lot better now, because I remember when I used to try it, I was disappointed. I'm like, man, what's with this lag? I try to play stuff on the cloud on Xbox, and I had my Series X. It was not good. Like, I was not impressed. So I have to see how it is. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's still kind of early with that. And when they're telling you you're being forced to go to PC or get that ROG or whatever, and you can't play any of your games there, you have to do it off the cloud, then I don't trust that. That's what I'm saying. That's still too early. So at that point, I'm like, well, yeah, no. It's going to take some time.
Way that you can stream your Xbox games without being a subscriber to Game Pass. There is a catch, though. You're going to have to play with ads. According to The Verge, Microsoft is ready to announce a new tier of Xbox Cloud Gaming that'll be free, but you're going to have to put up with ads. They're testing it right now. Employees can play a select few titles, and this will also include the ability to stream games.
There's nobody in their right mind that wants to be bombarded with ads like that. That's annoying. This is an anime. I'm actually playing the game, you know what I mean?
You own digitally, which is a pretty decent perk.
You ain't gonna be able to block it.
And Tom Warren says that this also extends to free play days titles, which let you try the game out over the weekend. We're getting something, right, guys? Now, when I first saw this, I was like, how is this even gonna work? Are we gonna get hit with ads like every time we're booted out to the lobby in between matches and Gears Reloaded? But apparently the way it's gonna work is that they're gonna serve you like a 2-minute ad before your game starts streaming. Now, if they can incorporate this into the loading screen, that would be perfect. That like replace the little like spaceship going across the screen. Serve me an ad for McDonald's or Mountain Dew or something, I don't know, right? Before I go into plan. Now, here's a question for you guys. Would you take a reduced price on any of the tiers of Game Pass? I know that was something at one point that they were pondering, that they were thinking about. They were sending questionnaires out to people. If you can get day one games for like 22 bucks a month, but you had to put up with some ads before you launch the game, would you do it? And to wrap up the video, let's talk a little bit about
No, I'm not paying for ads. That's insane. You don't pay any money for ads. Ads supposed to be for stuff that don't cost you anything. You see what I mean?
Forza Horizon 6. Now, just a week ago at Tokyo Game Show,
yeah, we know about that. But basically, we get the idea here, right? This is a hardcore. Let's give him a better picture than that.
The world is so.
And he's very honest about his experiences and concern as an Xbox gamer, not Microsoft gaming, and how he grew up with Xbox. Like, because I've been there day one too. You know, with the fat controller and all that. We all been there day one. And then just seeing what Microsoft is doing. I mean, it's just. How can you say that it's not cold at the moment in that sense? Yeah, it is. So, you know, something happened. Do you think I wanted any of this? No, all people had to do was just come talk to me. But like I said, all this type of nonsense attacking me over attacking corporate greed, I don't think so. I'm not standing for it. Later, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day. I'm sorry. I still love the Xbox community to a certain extent because there's not that much left. And it's just Microsoft greed and... I don't know. Could it hopefully get maybe better in the future? I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to want to think positive about it because they're just going to disappoint you. But all right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day. Oh, yeah. Get the smoke.